Good evening, everybody. Casper here. Thank you for tuning back in. Today, or in this video at least, we're going to talk about our favorite commodity of this decade, at least mine, which is uranium. The weekly closes are in. Actually, it's Saturday, so it has been in for like half a day or 1 day. But anyways, we're going to look at the scoreboard really, the ETFs, the ratios, the commodity. After this video, I will do the mining video only, not the Canada one, but excuse me, not the Australian one, but the Canadian and American one. This, as always, follow me, Twitter, YouTube, all that good stuff, and let's dive straight into what we are here for, right? Not all this jibber jabber, so let's get going. URA, want to show you very briefly before we go into much more detail. You've seen it before. Look at this long term, the big long term golden trend line. Keep this one in mind as I zoom in. Look at this. Let's zoom in here. There you have it, boys. Zooming in even more. Don't get seasick. There it is. You can see here we tagged it more or less to the tick. And actually, it's not aligned perfectly. Let's do like that. So we had a bit of an overshoot, but still, everything in this chart right now looks fantastic. This is a weekly, so long term. Again, we have broken this triangle here, which was the main focus. We broke it here, big retest right there, and then boom. And we are barely above the 24.3. But again, look at the candle here. Again, either we go in for a week or 2 or 3 right here in this 24 range, or we might pop here. Again, I think we will not pop here. Actually, if you look at how stretched we are, we have moved from 18 to 25, 24 in, well, actually, it's in March. And you can see this move here. I think it needs to rest a bit. For me, it doesn't, but I'm prepared mentally to have like a week or 2 just below. That would be very, very good to see, actually. Again, if we pop and then go, fine by me, but I'm mentally prepared for 2 weeks of a 5% doing nothing right here in this range, basically. So overall, looking absolutely fantastic. Nothing to worry about for now. This is the 30 weekly moving average coming up nicely. Again, we have support all the way now. You can see what was resistance before is now support, right? And we have the last resistance, which is that long-term golden one. So taking that one out, again, then we are above the shoulders. I mean, there's nothing more really until this high up here. Yes, there's this one, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. Excuse me. So yeah, looking very, very good here at 24.5. Again, to me, let's zoom out just to give you, to me, this is leg number 1, big consolidation, wave 2, and we have a wave 3, possibly going all the way up to roughly 80, 70, 80, 90, depending on how fast it goes. But this took 1/2 year, so this might be the same. So we're looking early 2025, maybe. I'll take that easily. So leg number 3 should be coming up over the next 18 months, give or take. Super, URNM, quite similar. Still, we don't have that much data, but actually the chart is a tad better in my view. That was the main squeeze that we looked at, has seen many, many times before on the channel. The breakout here, the retest, we have it there on the weekly, and now boom, all the way up to this high here, and that's where we stalled. Again, similar candlestick. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if we stay here for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, even 4 weeks, just to gather some momentum, some strength, and then we pop higher, basically. The 30 weekly is starting to move up again. It is all beautiful. Nothing to worry about. Again, in my view, leg 3 is coming. And yeah, I don't really know much more to say. I said the same thing last week, but this week it is quite similar. You know, we have done all the hard work by getting out of this consolidation. All the mainish resistances are gone. We have the shoulder high here, which is a big one to take out to negate this whole thing here. And yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. URNN, URNJ, excuse me. I will go to the daily because we don't have that much data. It only goes back half a year, give or take, 9 months maybe. Again, this was the big work that it had to do. This and then we just broke out here, retesting. And now it's just up, up and away. I mean, higher highs and higher lows. That's the name of the game. And yeah, we have taken out, there's basically no resistance. Just look at it. There are no resistance here until we reach the all-time high for this ETF. Again, similar to the other ones, I would love to stay here just for like a week or two, just to gather some a good base here. I wouldn't want to blow all the way up here because then you know what happens. It's going to tank big time if we have like a straight up here, because all these guys that are buying here now will get shaken out on that way down here. So I would much rather have a big base here, nice good old bull flag, and then we can shoot higher, and then maybe the pullback won't be that big. But yeah, long term looks fantastic. Looks absolutely fantastic long term. Short term, there will be, you know, the pullbacks on the way up is meant to be bought, in my view, in a bull trend. So I love it. I love it. Also, this is the Sprott Physical Uranium Trust. I know I didn't want to talk about specific stocks or miners, but this one is so much related to the spot price that, yeah, I think it needs to be in, really. Again, we have taken out all the major resistances. I know I said that on the previous 3 charts, but anyways, the breakout, all that good stuff, taking out the highs of that shoulder, and we are now above the all-time high. Well, not the all-time high, but this major high here, which goes back, which is a 15-year all-time high, basically. Again, very stretched, this one here. Again, I would prefer to stay here for like a week or two. I really would. At least I'm mentally prepared for that. But you can see the 30 weekly is trending nicely, and it's going way higher. Way, way, way higher. XLE divided by the SPX. Beautiful candle here. Oh, we have talked about all this past history, so I'll just give you the recent candles. The bull flag breakout we had, the touch of the golden trend line there. Up here, retesting the 30 weekly. You can see how important it is all the way, right? The interactions. And now we are resuming. Nice candle right there. XLE outperforming SPX. As soon as we start to get this one to curl up, that's when the bigger guy sees that, oh, we have energies, which is a better play than the SPX, really. And then more money will come into that, into this, yeah, the XLE compared to the SP 500s. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. URNM divided by that, excuse me, yeah, URNM divided by the spot price. The spot price right there. Again, all the hard work is more or less done. This was a big one to take out, really. And that inverted head and shoulders right here. Again, doing nothing really, you know, big green candle right there, beautiful. And then we're just staying above that neckline, which is very nice to see. Just staying here is actually very bullish. Making a base before we shoot higher. I don't want to see these big pops, because then you know, when you get this move, you always get, you know, the bigger downdraft because people are forced to sell because they buy on the way up. So let's just stay here a week or two. I'm mentally prepared for it. Again, the 30 weekly will start to curl up again if we start to stay here. So fantastic, really. Long term, I love it. Short term, the daily, the 4 hourly, not on this chart specifically, but the URNM, URNJ, and so on is pretty stretched. So totally fine. URA divided by the uranium spot price, excuse me again. We are above that one here. You can see we're grinding it right now. Whoops, we are grinding it right now here. And yeah, what's not so good, well, the con here is that we are actually below the neckline again here. We haven't really been able to close above it ever since here. So yeah, but still we have the long-term support here. We have the 30 weekly support. So as long as we don't dip below right like that, then it's all fine. But we need to get above again here and stay there, really. But the good thing is that the URNM, which is 100% pure play, that one is staying above, as you can see here. So that's totally fine. URA divided by the commodities. As we spoke about last week, every time we got to this ratio right here, you can see how important it is. We have had wicks, and then we crashed down, wick, crash, and now we're actually staying above that one. Very bullish. The fourth go here after this formation was created or started. So very fine. Again, just stay here for like a week or two, showing that the majority thinks that URA is going to outperform the CRB. Nice. So yeah, but again, the weekly candlesticks you can see here, they are not major green as we have seen here, but they're getting more shallow, and this is a doji right now. So we could be in for like a pause or like a pullback here, which again would be perfectly normal in my view. The reason why I'm giving you the negative side as well is because I don't want to sound overly bullish, even though I am. I just want to showcase some scenarios that I think can happen as well, and that I'm looking at and see, all right, if we're starting to have like a 5% or 7% pullback in the next 2 weeks, then that would be perfectly fine, because I've made the analysis and that it could be in the cards really. So it's, for me, that would be okay. URA divided by the SPY, this one here, look at it, beautiful. We are above this golden trend line here. Again, the 30 weekly is coming up nicely very soon. Within like a month, it should start to be curling up there. So really, the URA the URA is outperforming the SPY right now. Hopefully, we can stay above here, above that trend line there. This squeeze. It's a nice start. I like it. Let's see what happens next week. This is a good start for sure. URA divided by the NASDAQ. Again, this right here was the major move up. Actually, this was the high, and then we had, this formation, but couldn't really break through. Actually, this was very bullish, big pullback, test smaller, and then we couldn't break, and then we throw to the downside again. This one we broke down here. Very bearish for URA when you look at the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ had a pretty damn good run here. So that's why. Came all the way down to this low, and then we just made some sort of bottom here. Again, it's not textbook at all, but you have it to some degree, and now we're back above the 30 weekly, which is still pulling down pretty very much actually. But as long as we can then again stay above here and have it start to curl up again, that's beautiful. So it's very early here, and I would expect a bigger pullback, one big pullback before we go again. Which is very common to see when you have a breakout above that 30 weekly, which is coming down pretty sharply, that you get the pullback and then you get the move. So yeah, this is a very good start for URA versus the NASDAQ. Again, for some reason, my lines are removed from this. I don't know what TradingView is up to. Let's skip the Bitcoin one and go straight ahead too. Oh, for the same reason it is here. Anyways, I'll just very quickly draw it. I don't know why it keeps removing it. It did it last video also. I'm very sorry for this. I'm just going to keep these lines on here. Long term, there it is, the big inverted head and shoulders. And I think very soon, actually, or in this year, we will tag this Fukushima high up there. And you can see here, we are getting some pretty not parabolic, but short-term parabolic moves here, again, suggesting a pause in my view. If it goes to the daily, I would assume we are very overbought here. Very overbought. I would assume that we take a breather here, and that will be totally fine, really. I've added this one in, the uranium spot price divided by the silver. To me, two things can happen here. This is obviously the downtrend, and now we're trying to have a long basing here. And I haven't really done this accumulation setup here. What's it called? The Vikov accumulation. I haven't looked at it if this matches it, but I'll do that after the video. So either way, we will have this one to go down here again, meaning silver will do very well against the uranium spot price, and I don't see the uranium spot price go down very much from here. Meaning, like we talked about in the previous video as well on the commodities, silver could, I think, silver after 8 days of red should be in for quite a bounce here, which I'm following quite intensively. So if you do like this, then silver will do very well. Obviously, for some reason, if we go up here, URX will have a either the uranium spot price will go up nicely, or obviously silver will tank big time. It's one of the two really. So let's see. This is a very nice, well-defined formed bottom that is trying to do, and I will just check if these lows here matches this the Vikov accumulation. Let's see. The uranium spot price against gold. Again, big inverted head and shoulders, and we are actually at a very, very important moment in time here. You can see it here, that one golden and that golden here. We have broken the first, and we're now attacking the second one. And yeah, if we can take out these highs here, really, then uranium spot price is outperforming gold after, yeah, I will say like almost 20 years, give or take, 15, 20 years. Beautiful. Again, we have to wait and see. Again, these moves here, they're very strong. So yeah, a pause again here for the remaining of September, maybe even October, would be fine by me. And then we have the big move. But let's see. I mean, this is very, very bullish bottoming here, in my view, for gold, for uranium against gold. So yeah, that would be very, very beautiful to take out. Also, if you do like this, you can see here the trend line, the interactions, the peaks above, and so on. So yeah, this ratio 0.05. Very important to take out, really. And it looks good. We just need a bit more time, I guess. So yeah, overall, again, the ETFs, fantastic. Nothing to worry about. Short term, I see some, maybe like a 5% pullback, 7%, which will be, in my honest opinion, a buying opportunity for the next short-term move up here. So yeah, really, uranium, I love it. I love what I see. We have done all the hard work. Let's do all this, what do they call it? Climbing the wall of worry, I guess. So yeah, oh, that was very beautiful. That was all I had for this one, guys. I will make the miners, ETF, Canada, and US. Maybe not today, actually, I'll do it tomorrow. I hope you'll tune in and have a great day. As always, leave a comment below. Do you want to have any ratios attached or included in this one? Let me know. We can have a quick discussion. And yeah, thank you for tuning in. I like it a lot. I like the comments that I get. Have a great one. See you. Cheers.